Hi, I'm Lisa Hayden with Community Focus on Washington County, Central Kentucky TV, Channel 6. Today, my first guest is Bobby Bartholomew,
Right.
who is the, see, I knew I'd forget it, Bobby.
Park manager.
Park manager
And PGA golf professional.
and PGA golf professional at Lincoln Homestead Park in Washington County.
Mhm.
So, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, now that I'm playing a little golf on Thursday evenings, Bobby,
Yes.
with the Ladies League, I thought, well, we need to have Bobby on the show and talk about what's going on at the golf course
Okay.
and at the park.
Okay.
So, what can you tell me?
Well, any specifics you're looking for? I mean, it's
Well, I know you've got, we can start with, even before we get to the golf leagues, which of course I think are a lot of fun. And you are a golf pro, you said.
yes, ma'am.
Now tell me about that first.
Well, it's through the PGA of America. So I'm a golf professional. Like I always make sure people understand I'm not a professional golfer.
Okay.
Just a golf professional. So
and what does that mean?
That means that your specialties in running golf courses and teaching golf lessons and just the general operation of the golf courses.
Okay, okay. So did you study this and?
I did, yeah. I grew up loving golf. Didn't grow up loving golf. Started playing when I was 16. Some friends introduced me to the game, but after I got into it, I loved it certainly and played every day, and that was just the next logical step for me. I mean, I had a guy at the club I played at to ask me if I wanted to get into the business, and so I did. So I worked as assistant golf professional for a while,
and where was that?
kind of went up to the range. Wooded View Golf Course in Clarksville, Indiana.
That's where you grew up?
Right.
Okay.
Right, and ended up in Kentucky through Maywood Golf Club, where as a head professional at Maywood in Bardstown.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And so you went on, did you study this in college as well? Or?
It's not really a college thing. It's to become a PGA golf professional, you have to show some playing ability. You have to pass a playing ability test. And then you have business schools, what they call business schools, but it's a couple, about 2-week seminars that you go to. You go through several of those, and then you do some kind of study on your own, kind of, you take the book study, and then you test out a certain subjects and things like that. So, but you go for physical about 3 times. You go to about a 2-week seminar type thing.
So I suppose those are at golf courses and things like that?
They're at conference centers. I mean, they're at, like at Griffin Gate is where I went to one, and it's a place that, it's a business school. So, I mean, it's where they call it the business school, PGA Business School, and they teach you all aspects of from business administration to golf club repair to golf club instruction to merchandising to just any aspect that would go to a golf course.
Oh my, that's quite
marketing.
That's quite a lot to learn, isn't it,
yeah,
Bobby?
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
I would think, yeah, because I would think it would take a whole lot to not only are you running a golf course, but you're running a park as well, because we have the cabins at Lincoln Homestead and the gift shop.
Right.
And then you have the clubhouse and I guess the cabin where the people can rent. So you've got all kinds of things
Yeah, I got a lot of
out there to take care of.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And the Mordecai Lincoln House
Mordecai
too.
Lincoln House. Yes.
So, well, and then, really, I suppose it's a 24/7 job, because I know you live
It is.
out on the.
I live on the park, so if anything were to happen, I'm there on site, so I can take care of it. So I get back and forth quite a bit.
So now, how long have you been at Lincoln Homestead?
Been there since 2003.
Okay.
So this is my 14th year.
Okay. Okay. So, and prior to that, you were at Maywood.
Yes.
Okay.
Directly prior to that.
Okay. So now, at Lincoln Homestead, what does all of that involve as far as, I know, of course, we have an 18-hole golf course.
18-hole golf course. We have the Lincoln history there. Lincoln, where Abraham Lincoln's parents were married, Nancy Hanks and and Thomas Lincoln. So we have that. So I got to learn a crash course in history, which was nice. I mean, it's a nice different change of pace from just a standard golf course. So it's neat to learn the different aspects. But we have the 3 cabins there on site at the main museum area, which is the Lincoln cabin, the Berry house, and the blacksmith shop, as well as the gift shops there. And then we have the Mordecai Lincoln house. So
yeah. And Mordecai Lincoln was Abraham's uncle.
Correct.
And of course that was restored in and a kitchen and facility with bathrooms, I think,
right,
were an addition made to the house, not attached, but of course separate from the main house.
Right.
And when was that? That was way before you came.
It had been done several times. It was around 2000, I think, was the last time it had done before I was here. But then they did another major renovation on it. I want to say it was around the 2006, right around that area, maybe a little bit before that. I don't know the exact year, but we did a major renovation. It was pretty well run down by the time I got there. I mean, it had been, the weather had taken some toll on it, and but it's in nice shape right now. We have, did a major renovation, redid the whole inside, kept it historical. We wanted to do that, so we wanted to make it an architectural interpretation of what they would do to houses in that time period. Because originally, when Mordecai Lincoln lived in it, it was a log cabin, and so the guy who got it after him, Wilfred Hayden, they turned it into, what they would do to log cabins. They would put siding on it. He kind of rearranged it a little bit more where it faced the road, and made the siding and covered up the logs. So, inside we have some picture frames into it to show what the log cabin would have looked like, and to show the types of things that it took to go from a log cabin to the kind of house that it is now.
Now, if someone wanted to tour the Mordecai Lincoln house, is there I know with the cabins it's a self-guided tour, I think?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah, it is a self-guided. We have a brochure that we send with them, but we have a person that works in the gift shop. So the guy that works in the gift shop does a great job at telling everybody the history of Lincoln's and how everything came about there at the site, and then he sends them to the different cabins, tells them what they're going to see in the cabins, and then it's self-guided from that point on. And there's a brochure that they go. And if someone wants to see the Mordecai Lincoln house, they just simply have to ask us. We'll go there and let them in. I mean, sometimes I'll be driving by and I'll see people just standing around, so I'll just pull in and just open it up and kind of give them a quick tour. Let them in, let them see what it's all about. So, there's a little fee down at the museum area, but we usually don't. That would accompany. They could go up and see the Mordecai Lincoln house if they would like, or we just let them see the Mordecai Lincoln house for free as well, if they want to see inside it.
Oh, there's a little fee you said for
the regular museum. For the regular museum, not for Mordecai Lincoln house, but for the regular museum.
Okay.
The other cabins, right.
Okay. How much is that fee?
It's right now it's $3 for an adult.
And then
$2 for a child.
And then if they want to tour the cabins, they just go to the gift shop, which is the blacksmith. No, that's the.
Blacksmith shop sits down over the hill across a covered bridge, but the gift shop's the one that sits right by the main road. Right. Right on Beachland.
And so they just, what are the hours of operation?
It's open, excuse me, it's open from 10 o'clock to 5:30 daily. Well, I say daily, we're open Thursday through Sunday during the summertime.
Oh,
and then we close at the end of September. We close for the winter, open back up on May 1st.
I see. So May 1st to September 30th.
Right.
It's open Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 5:30.
Okay. And there's someone in the gift shop?
There's someone in the gift shop. That's when it's manned. It's open, I guess you could say it's open really 24/7, 365 days a year, because we have really good signage there that people can walk and get a good interpretation of the site without going in the cabins.
Okay, so they wouldn't be able to get inside the cabins only during the summer?
Only when someone's manning the gift shop, yes, that's correct.
I see. Okay.
Unless by special appointment, and we do that a lot. You know, somebody's going to be coming down, maybe a homeschool group's coming, or maybe just someone's traveling through and has some relation. We have so many people that have ties to Lincoln. It's really amazing how many different people come through that have some type of ties to the Lincolns or the Hanks or the Shipleys. You know, and so sometimes they'll come through and just want in. You know, they'll call ahead and we'll go down and open it up, let them in, let them look around, and we do that pretty much year round if weather's permitting.
Mm-hmm. Are the Kellys related?
The Kellys, I don't know what ties they have. It seems that they are.
Because they just had a family reunion this past weekend.
They had a family reunion just this past weekend.
Did they come out to the park?
They went across the road to the
over to Barbara's.
Yes, yeah, Louis Barbara's place,
yeah.
Right. And they have some. I don't know what kind of connection. I know that I think one of the houses they live in was maybe Josiah Lincoln's house, which was another brother. Yes, and so it was. I think that's a house that they live. I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay. Well, I'll have to ask.
Or don't hold me to it 100%.
I'll have to ask Colonel Kelly that then.
Colonel Kelly, yes.
That what you're talking about, the house he might have grown up in. Is that correct?
Yeah, or maybe Carol Kelly possibly lives in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, he might have. I'll have to check on that.
Right.
Yeah. So, so then they can tour the cabins, and then you have what I call the clubhouse, which. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, we definitely call it the clubhouse, and I think it derives its name because it used to operate as the golf course clubhouse.
Exactly.
Interesting history of the golf course. It used to just be a little 9-hole golf course with cottonseed greens. So that's pretty cool. That you know, there's a lot of people that still remember that. You know,
what year
those
was
guys
that,
are coming far and few between. Well, the golf course itself, I think, was built in around 1956. The golf course we see now. So the other one was back around 37, 38. That time period, I think, is when they first started putting the cabins up. You know, the kind of building the Homestead site, and so it was around that time frame that it was a little cottonseed golf course. And you still see those places where the holes might have been. You'll see some flat spots where the greens might have been, or where a tee might have been. And I know they used that clubhouse at that time.
And that land, I think, was donated from some.
It was several residents of
or bought it, or
or bought it. Several residents of Washington County bought the land and had Happy Chandler. They kind of asked him, if we get the land for you, will you build us a golf course? And they did, and he did. So
yeah. Wonder who was involved in that. Do you
recall
any names?
I recall very few names, but I think J.I. Miller. I think is definitely one of the names on the plaque. We have a plaque at the golf course that has all their names.
Information.
Right, has the names of those guys that did that. So. Yeah.
And so then, and the cabins though, they were moved to that site because aren't those original cabins? One's
an original. The Berry House is an original cabin. It's set down near Berry Mill, down by the river. And it was moved up, and that's the house that Nancy Hanks grew up in.
Right. Abraham's mother.
She grew up there. Now we have another cabin on site, which is the Lincoln cabin, which is where Beersheba brought her children after Captain Abraham Lincoln was killed by the Indians.
Oh, okay.
And then so with that cabin, though, it's not an original, but it's a replica. Used logs during the same time period because this county was scattered with those log cabins from about that same time period. So it was used with those kind of logs, and I'm pretty sure it's right on the original site or very close to the site. So it's original site, replica cabin.
And that would have been Abraham's grandmother.
Abraham Lincoln's grandmother.
Because the grandfather was killed by the Indians, and in that skirmish, I think we see on the a painting of.
Yeah, they have a painting of that in the Lincoln Museum, right?
And there's some information on it there.
Right.
In the Lincoln Museum, which is in our 1816 courthouse
Yes.
in Springfield.
Right.
So, because I know that people, tourists that have come through town who have gone to the museum, then of course want to go on out to the cabins.
Right.
And so it's really a kind of a good.
It's nice that we can partner that way and
Yeah.
to send people both ways. If they come, go check out the new statue of Abraham Lincoln and the old courthouse and
Right.
and the museum. So it's
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. And of course at the cabin, at the clubhouse, which you're saying is the original that Nancy. Is that the one? No, I'm mixed up.
No.
No,
The
that one
clubhouse
was
is
the
just
clubhouse
just use
was
it for
just
the
the one
golf
for the
course.
golf course.
Yes.
But
yeah.
that's where we had the reenactment
right.
of the wedding
The
of
wedding
Nancy Hanks.
was in front of the Berry House,
Right.
which was the original cabin that Nancy Hanks grew up in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had the big at the bicentennial.
Right.
Gosh, how long ago was that? That was
That was in 2006.
2006.
We had the one, the bison. Then we had it twice. We had it like 1806 was their marriage date, so 2006. So we had it like in 2005, I think, and in 2008 is we had the reenactment. They've had several before that.
Right.
They've had several before that.
Right.
These were the ones that we did for the bicentennial of their marriage.
Right. And of course you can see that on every now and then on KET.
Right.
You can see that,
Yeah.
and on Channel 6 Central Kentucky TV. So we're very fortunate in that we get that opportunity to see that reenactment because it's very good.
Yes, it is.
With the original foods that they had and the actual same types of clothing and so pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that, and
Yeah.
the different people that acted and did the things, and it was really neat. They did a great job with it.
Yeah. So then and at the of course I know after that day there was in celebration of the bicentennial there was a meal put on, and that was at the clubhouse there. So now and you've done a lot of renovation to the clubhouse lately, correct?
Yeah, the clubhouse. We still have a lot of work to do to it. I mean, not a lot of work, but we still have some work we want to do to the clubhouse. But we have put, a much better heating and air system in there. We don't have central heating and air, but we have those PTAC type units that you see in hotels. So we do have it now where it can be heated and cooled very efficiently. It used to be where we could never rent it during the winter months because it was so cold. But now we rent it several times throughout the winter. Around Christmas and Thanksgiving, and so now it's available for rent pretty much year round.
Yeah.
We can heat it.
That's great. That's really, really good. And so if someone, and of course it has restrooms in it and has a little kitchen.
It has restrooms and kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we've done quite a bit.
Tables and chairs, and you don't have to bring anything really except
Right.
your food.
Your food, yeah. Right.
It's got a refrigerator.
Cooking utensils.
Does it have a refrigerator?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a refrigerator.
Yeah. So really the only thing you need to bring, like you said, is your food and your plates and utensils.
Right. Now you were talking about renovations. Where the major renovations took place was to the cabins themselves, to all the different cabins, because throughout the years, water damages them, and so we replaced a lot of logs and window frames, window seals, just to really protect the history of those buildings. And that's all been done within the last few years. And so it was pretty nice.
So they're in good shape.
They're in good shape.
Yeah. Well, so now if people want to rent the clubhouse, they just need to contact you at Lincoln Homestead
just at the golf course.
State Park.
Right, Lincoln Homestead State Park.
Which is in the phone book.
Right.
Or now everybody just Googles it. So.
Everybody just Googles it, right.
And then if and so now, okay, so then they can also rent the Mordecai Lincoln
Rent the
House.
Mordecai Lincoln House as well. And that's a really nice facility for things like, wedding rehearsal dinners. Those are the types of things it's went the best for, because it doesn't the capacity in it doesn't seat a whole lot of people, but it'll seat 30 comfortably inside. Plenty of room, and there's plenty of room to put a tent on the outside too, so we can accommodate a lot larger numbers, but they'd have to bring their own, provide their own tent. But it's perfect for those small gatherings, like rehearsal dinners or small class reunions or things of that nature.
Now, do they have the tables and chairs? I think you just bring up there if someone wants to, or they're stored there.
We were doing that, but but we've got tables and chairs that stay up there all the time now. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. At first, when we first did it, we were bringing tables back and forth, but then we've been able to purchase some tables that we can leave up there and actually make it a little bit more efficient to seat people.
And so, of course, it has restrooms and it has a kitchen, so that's really very handy.
Yes.
And what do you charge to rent that?
It's the same as the clubhouse. We charge $125 to rent.
Well, gosh, you can't beat that.
No, not at all. And it's not for us. We usually rent it for they can come in the day before and decorate and use it that day. So we don't really have a specific time limit that you have to be in and out by, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice too. So.
Yeah, that's really nice. So, like the $125 would be for the whole evening, or for the whole, if it was a rehearsal dinner, or if it was, or Sunday afternoon for a baby shower.
Right.
People are always, of course there's the Women's Club building is being rented in town a lot for things like that, baby showers and little things. But that's a little bit bigger facility out there. So if you had whatever, a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and the rental, it pretty much covers it for the whole day. We don't rent it more than once a day, so we let them use. They come in and decorate the night before, and then they have it till their duration, till they're done.
Well, gosh, that's really good, Bobby. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start taking advantage of that. And then they can put up a tent if they needed to out on the Mordecai Lincoln grounds.
Mordecai Lincoln. When we built it, we did the renovation. We leveled out a spot in the yard and ran electricity out to it, so they could have tent plus electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Okay, so then in addition to all those things going on, you've got the golf course.
Yes.
And so I know there's for the summer, you've got the Ladies League on Thursday evenings.
Ladies League on Thursday evening. There's a lady that's trying to start up another little Ladies League. I have to remember, but she's going to start it on Wednesday nights. She's going to try to start. She's got some of her and her friends are getting together and trying to put together a few groups to come out and play every Wednesday night. So we have that. We have the Men's League on Wednesday nights. That's grown over the years, and everybody has a big time on that.
And that's on Wednesday nights?
On Wednesday nights.
So you mean you're going to have the ladies and the men playing?
Well, ladies play. They just following right after the men. Was the time frame they would put. Then we have what we call a Loretta Scramble. It's always known as Loretta Scramble on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But it's grown. It's not, a lot of it originated with mostly a lot of the people that come from Loretta. So that's why it was a Loretta Scramble. But now there's a few from Loretta, but it's mainly just local people. Anybody who wants to play in a scramble can come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We play at 3 o'clock. And they just come up. We pair them up on the tee and go out and have a big time.
So you don't have to have anybody, to play with. It's a scramble.
It's a scramble.
So you just come out and they'll pair you up.
Right. All takers. They'll take anybody that wants to play could come play in it. Right.
And are the handicaps then? Are they put in?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of it's an honor system at first, and then once you play, we get to kind of know how everybody plays, and we kind of rank them by the different. It's really self-run. They, when I say we, but mainly the guys who play in it run it themselves, so they know how everybody plays, and so they'll pair it up and go through and pick the A players and go across and make all the teams as equal as possible.
I see. And that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3?
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3, yeah.
18 holes?
18 holes.
And so now do you have anything on the weekend that's going on?
We do, not anything on a regular basis, but we'll have a lot of scrambles and such on the weekends. But they're more corporate outings or different schools might do different fundraisers that they might want to be. Like for instance, St. Dominic has their scramble out there every year.
Right. So you accommodate those. And
accommodate those. African American Heritage Festival. They come out there.
That'll be coming up.
That's coming up.
Yeah. When is that one? Do you have the date on that?
I don't have it readily available in my mind.
Okay. And then, of course, usually we've had the St. Catherine Golf Tournament.
St. Catherine Golf Tournament, yes.
And I don't suppose we're going to have that, are we? That's pretty sad.
That is. It's
And then now, do you have any children's leagues going on during the week or in the mornings?
We do. That's usually like I kind of do those like right after they get out of school. So just recently, right, we had first week in June we had a junior clinic, which was an instructional clinic that I taught. So I had kids come out every day through it ended up being Tuesday through Friday for 2 hours worth of instruction. An hour, depending on age group, an hour worth of instruction. But I had 2 different age groups that we did, so that was nice. Got to introduce some really young kids to the game. We had some 7-year-olds in there, so it was a lot of fun. And then
and can they stay and play after they get through with their instruction?
Not on the instruction, not the younger kids. But then what we do for them to play is we have it's a 5-week series where they come out and play on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning from 8 to 10. We charge them a minimal fee is $3, and they get to play 9 holes. And it's been a long-held tradition. We've had a junior league out there.
And, so and what age group is that?
That's there I like it to be probably 10 and up. Now there are some younger ones that have came in and played, some beginners, and they'll play about 3 holes. And so since we've had the clinic for the younger kids, a lot of them wanted to play in the league. So as long as they can obey the rules and not safety rules, safety's the number one. That's want them to have fun, but don't want them to get hurt. So
right.
So you have to teach them that golf clubs can hurt and golf balls.
Yeah.
But they're doing great. They're doing great.
Do they just bring their own golf clubs?
They do. Yeah, they bring their own. Yeah, and then ones that come out and play, they're doing great. They're having a big time.
And do you have a pretty good sized group?
It depends. I mean, it can be up to 12, but most of the time it's a little shy of that because of different vacations. So that's why we just do it on a per come basis. They pay when they come. They don't have to pay a set fee beforehand. Just pay per play.
Oh, that's
so that
good.
enables the parents don't have to work around their vacations. Right.
Right. Right. And that goes all summer long?
It'll go till the first week in July this year. Yeah. And then they can still come out and play, but
they have about 6 weeks then, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually runs around 5 to 6 weeks. And they'll come out. They'll still come out and play a lot after that. And a lot of the kids will stay and play another 9 holes. And our fees are really reasonable for kids. We charge them $5 for 9 holes to play 9 holes. During the league, we charge them $3.
Yeah.
But on their own, they can come out for $5 anytime.
Oh,
during
that's
the week,
good.
during the weekdays, we have to kind of govern that a little bit on the weekends when it's busier.
Right. Well, that's good because we certainly need to get those young people involved in golf.
And we have some that are fanatic right now. They'll stay out there all day if the parents let them.
Oh, I know. I can think of Drew, little Drew Yates.
Yeah, he's not so little anymore.
Well, he's not so little anymore. And Spencer, I think. Carico, I think, is it Spencer? Anyway, there's some kids,
Spencer,
and I call them little, and like you say, they're not little anymore.
Spencer's in college now.
Spencer's in college, I know.
Yeah.
But you just, I don't know, they just grow up fast.
They really do. Yeah.
Do your children play?
They don't. My daughter does. My daughter likes to play. She doesn't play a lot, but she loves to play. It's just something her and I can go out and do. So I think that's why she likes it the most.
How old is she now?
She's 20 years old. So yeah.
Oh my!
It's crazy. I know. They grow up
so
fast.
She's in college somewhere, probably.
Yeah, she goes to ECTC here in town.
Okay. And then you have another daughter?
No, I have a son. He's older. He's 22. So.
Oh my! So you don't
Yeah.
have any really at home.
Yeah, they live at home with me still. So
Yeah.
but
But I mean,
not
they're
little.
adults.
They're adults, right?
Yeah. At least they think they are. So, and then now and so if you just want to, if anyone wants to come out and play, just whatever, they need to call and get a tee time.
Right. Make tee times.
And then, and what's the charge on that now?
We charge for 18 holes. It's $32.75 on the weekdays, Monday through Friday, and on weekends and holidays it's $40 for 18 holes with the cart.
Okay.
But we also have specials running all the time. I mean, we have senior specials on Monday and Tuesday for $25, and then we have a twilight special. It runs every day after 3. So then it's only $24.75 on the weekdays and $26.75 on the weekends during the twilight times.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, you can't beat that, I don't think.
No, and the golf course is in great shape this year. I mean, it's we have a new greenskeeper, a new superintendent. They started working for us this year, and he's done a fantastic job. Right in that big war right now with the heat, so we're always looking for some rain and fighting that.
Hopefully today we're going to get some rain, because I know everybody needs it. The farmers, anybody that's got a garden, whatever, you know.
Right.
I can see the grass is getting brown, so I suppose it is at the golf course.
Just in the roughs. I mean, the fairways are in great shape, greens are in great shape, tees are good. So it's just the roughs get bad this time of year for sure, because you can't irrigate those. That's
right.
Yeah.
Well, now is there anything else that I should be aware of that's going on at the golf course or at the park?
Nothing I can think of at this time. I think we covered quite a bit.
Well, I just know we're very fortunate here in Washington County to have our park and our golf course, and you know, needless to say, we want to keep it going. And glad that, you know, we've got you there, Bobby, to be taking care of everything. And you know, we just we love our park, and it's an asset to our community. It brings tourism in, and it gets the local people involved, and we want local people to utilize the park as much as possible and realize just what an asset it is to our community.
And we've done, they're taking care, you know, we did the renovations out at the club, out the cabins like I was talking about, but we also put a new roof on our pro shop, so we're you know, getting the buildings, getting some things done, getting, you know, a little bit at a time, a little bit here, but but they're not forgetting about us, so we're getting
Frankfurt's not forgetting about us.
They're not forgetting about us.
That's good news, Bobby.
We're getting some things done, so
yeah, that's good news. Well, I just want to thank you for being here today, and I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you at the park.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thanks.